good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Welcome back to Passionate World Talk Radio Network, a wholly owned subsidiary of Global Media Network, LLC. Educate, enlighten, and entertain. And welcome back to the first show of the new year of 2025, January 20th, Martin Luther King's birthday. And of course, we're celebrating, well, I'm not celebrating, but part of the world, or maybe part of the United States, is celebrating Donald Trump coming back as president of the United States. But more importantly, we are doing a show dedicated to the proposition that all people are created equal, not only to the United States, but to President Trump. What a novel thought. Anyway, I'm here with my host, Viki Chang from Singapore, and today we're doing a show for the first time in 2025 on education. So, good evening, Viki. How are you doing?
Thank you, Lillian. Today this is the first show for State of Current Affairs. Last week we had State of Business and Tech. Thank you for the quick shout out. And just for the first couple of minutes, and if the ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching here, we are mindful that we're talking to you, the international audience and listeners. Myself, Viki S. Chang, I am podcasting from Singapore, and Lillian from Pennsylvania, USA. You can find this show on all international major social media platforms, and of course on Passionate World Talk Radio, and of course also on my own podcast, Spotify, Talk About Life. But today, just to reintroduce to everyone that if you are new here with us, this is an international show from Singapore to USA, and it is 10:34 p.m. The 20th of January 2025, and over in Pennsylvania, if I understand it correctly, it's 9:34 a.m. The day of inauguration of your president. But we are mindful that we're talking to you, ladies and gentlemen, and this show is made for you from Singapore across the globe. It is right now nighttime, and people are going to sleep, and people are waking up. The other side, Lillian, how exciting times like this are, Lillian, that we can come together and to talk about the state of current affairs of the world. Before we even start today's show on the topic of education, which is a pet subject of myself, and I think it's a pet subject of Lillian also, lot of books. I've printed out hundreds and hundreds of books, and this is an investment. When you print that out, it is an investment, and an investment in the authors, and it's an investment in the listeners. And definitely for me, I would like to leave a legacy. And my job as a passionate educator is to share my knowledge with the rest of the world, and also pull in the best writers, co-writers throughout the world to share with you all that you can read and invest in yourself. Go to Amazon.com, and if you're one of my students, you can get this free signed copy from me. I've got a whole load of hundreds of copies for students, so that's an investment in education. Lillian, we've got another wonderful book that just came out, and that's Communications is Your Superpower, and that's over in Amazon.com. Lillian, thankful for wonderful writers like Lillian and also Francia Gardner. You can find the book at cost. These books are sold at cost at Amazon.com, because whatever royalty and commission is given to the use of Amazon platform, and of course myself, I put up thousands of dollars just to get them designed, and just to get the hardcovers out. Wonderful people here that we got it edited, printed, and distributed successfully throughout some of the best universities in the world. I'm talking about located here in Singapore. So 3 books: Gold Nuggets for Entrepreneurs. That's the leading book. And then we've got Gold Nuggets for Digital Strategies, Podcast for Business and which is written by Lillian Cauldwell and myself, and you've got an accompanying a workbook from there. Go to Amazon. And also we've got the latest book that just came out like 2 weeks ago, Gold Nuggets for Entrepreneurs. Communications is your superpower. Please go on there and go to the links below to get yourself a copy at about $7.99 US dollars. The authors do not make a dollar from this. In fact, it is an investment because there are many people behind sponsoring the books that came out. So please go over to Amazon.com, Gold Nuggets for Entrepreneurs, and that's a whole series of empowerment series, and you can find that book in Amazon.com. Communications is your superpower. And back to today topic very quickly, so that you don't have to go to the website to search. So Lillian, today's topic very quickly, education, my pet topic. Now remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you're new here with us, we've talked about Singapore. Singapore is a little island that is about 700 square kilometers in the size of the whole city-state, and you can drive from one end, from the west to the east, in only 1.5 hours. And we've got residents about 6 million. That's not including about 2 million of foreigners who actually work, live, spend their time here. So at any point in time, we've got about 6 million plus 2, so almost like 8 million people on the little island, spread over that surface area. So Lillian, we've got today's article. Go below the link. Singapore families spent in 2023, get this, ladies and gentlemen, Singapore families spent 1.8 billion in private tuition, with the richest spending over $162 per month. And again, what is private tuition? Private tuition is something that is add on to your formal education in schools. So it means that this goes to kind of highlight how serious education is in Singapore, because not only do people go to school, get formal education, families invest education in their children by sending them to private tuition schools where they learn English, mathematics, science. And bear in mind, in this article, it says that Singapore Department of Statistics reported that tuition spending, which includes home and center-based lessons, rose from 1.1 billion in 2013 to 1.4 billion to 2018 to now is 1.8 billion in 2023. So go look at the article. But also I'd like to highlight that in Singapore, the latest population census says Singapore has an estimated resident household of 1.42 million. And you can imagine the amount of money that each family is spending. And you are fortunate, ladies and gentlemen, to have me and also on this show, Passion World Talk Radio. We only have 1.42 million of Singapore resident families in the whole wide world. So this is a really small number we're talking about. We are going extinct, like Elon Musk says. So in 2023, Singapore had an estimated of 1.42 million resident household. And very quickly, another article that the Minister of Education sets out as the key priorities in 2024 at the article below. It's out on the 2nd of January on the national spreadsheet, which is the Straits Times. It says that even though Singapore is moving away from categorizing high achievers, mid achievers, and low achievers, they always categorize us which is bad, of course. But Singapore has always emerged top in OECD countries. And what is OECD countries? OECD countries are Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. That's over 100 countries that are under the umbrella of OECD. Singapore has always emerged as the top country for 15-year-olds for STEM tests. That is language, mathematics, and science. We've always emerged first and second for that. And we have always been the top in education. So again, if you think that education is not that important, or that formal education in Singapore, in the world is not that important, or in your country is not that important, take a leaf from Singapore. We work really, really hard, and we do spend the dollar on investment in the education of our children. So again, so that's a quick topic for you. And that's Gold Nuggets for Entrepreneurs. Go over to Amazon.com. Lillian. So that's the 3 books that I've shared, Gold Nuggets and also Gold Nuggets for Entrepreneurs. Please do get your copy on Amazon.com, because education is an investment in yourself. Thank you, Lillian. Over to you to wrap up.
Thank you very much for listening this morning. You've just heard Viki Esther Chang from Singapore not only give a shout out to 3 books that she has recently got out, to where you really do need to pay attention what educators put out in the written word, because there'll come a time when you will need these books to survive. And when I was being brought up in the educational system, no matter whether you had a sore throat or a bad cough or even the sniffles, you were told to go to school and you keep your mouth shut and just listen, because that's what education is, listening, and then take what you've heard and put it into practical practices or methods. So we're inviting you to listen and pay attention, and possibly even put down a few notes that will help you to remember this, because the adage that if you don't use it, you lose it is very, very apt. And every educator in the US can tell you that by the time kids come back from summer vacation, their brains are pretty much emptied of what was full up 3 months previous to being dismissed for summer vacation. So it's something for you to think about. And if you do not wish your child to become a Yahoo when they grow up, and that's from Gulliver's Travels, so go read Gulliver's Travels so you understand what a Yahoo is, then you have to make sure they pay attention and follow everything you're suggesting that you do. Because as my 2 granddaughters have learned, and they're about to graduate from high school and go off to the freedom of college as they look at it, I tell them college is nothing but more school, put in more intense hours where you have more stress, but be delighted that dad and mom still have that safety net out for you, so that if you stumble and fall, you can be picked up, brushed off, and set back on your feet. Because when you become an official adult at the age of 22, guess what? No net. You're on your own, and everybody gets to watch you stumble. So thank you very much for joining us. You want to see this again? Of course you do. The information that Viki shares with you 3 days a week is vital. So you want to go over to https://passionateworldtalkradio.com. Scroll down to State of Current Affairs, click on it. It'll take you to a web page where there's a Google link. Click on that, and that will take you inside the belly of the beast, namely YouTube, and you can see this video and all the other videos from 2024, plus all the others that Viki and I do during the month. A must, you must. Number 2, if you want to, and when you do it, get your memoir out to the rest of the world, and also to the purple men out there. I understand that the aliens are purple, not green. Shucks, wrong color. They'll want to read your memoirs too, if nothing else, to give them a map to find their way around the galaxy. So you need to contact Viki Esther over at Singapore at the Number below, 484-364-1032. Name, not your rank, of course, or your serial number, but we will need your phone number or your email, and tell Viki or Lillian, yes, I want to write my memoirs, what's involved. Or you can contact me at pwrnetworkllc@gmail.com, or contact Viki at,
Yeah,
what's your Gmail?
VIKI at gdmeducation.com. VIKI at gdmeducation.com.
Terrific. And if you want to learn what we're doing, and it doesn't matter how old you are, you need to go over to educate.passionateworldtalkradio.com/masterclass and learn how to do digital communications from a digital communicationist, 19 plus years of experience. The obstacles
Can
of
I also make
podcasting.
can I also make a shout out for our year-long mentorship program?
Absolutely.
And we also have a year-long mentorship for young people, for adults, for people in career transition. It's so important that a lot of times that we do not have anyone to talk to when we have doubts, because we are so afraid of being shamed. We're so afraid of showing our fears and our vulnerability. It's always good to talk to someone far away, because they are not vested in your life, but they can give you independent insight, independent opinion of your troubles. I mean, Lillian, we can talk about, like, should I choose A or B job, right? Should I choose money over love? Should I choose love over money? Should I buy this house or that house? Should I have a debt that is this mortgage, or should I have that? And what's my retirement plan? What should I do? Should I reconcile? Should I say sorry? Should I say I love you? Or should I, like, you know um, forgive someone who has hurt me? How do I let go? Now, these are questions that everyone faces. Lillian, over to you. I mean, this is a year-long program by a panel headed by Lillian, myself, and Ralph Ave, and also Annette Wittenberger. So, Lillian, that's my shout out. Before we forget, that's a great opening for 2025, I think.
Also, you ever heard the saying, if you don't use it, you lose it? Well,
Yeah.
that also applies to artificial intelligence. So go check it out. http:// with Lillian.com. Go take a demo, see what it involves. And like many of the others, there is a monthly subscription. However, it is an investment and it will build your portfolio. And if you don't
Investment.
believe me, go and find out which jobs won't exist. Not in 5 years, not in 2 years, this year. So do something about it. Don't
It's
wait,
going to be dissipated.
because there are plenty of jobs that robots can do. Incidentally, there was an exhibit last week in China showing robots that are humanoid, and it was difficult for the passerbyers to tell the difference. So if you don't use it, you will definitely lose it to a machine. And if that's not indignity and insult to add to your injury, then I suggest you get in on the front line. And also remember this, you earn while you learn. And that's a no brainer. So thank you very much for listening. We hope you have a wonderful day. We'll see you tomorrow morning at the same Viki, Chang, and Lillian Cauldwell time, 10:30 Singapore time, 9:30 USA time. And this time, make sure you bring a piece of paper and a pencil, or if you like, indelible ink, so you can take notes. Thank you very much and have a great day.
Thank you so much, Lillian. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay, bye bye.
Thanks. Bye.